When you thread the maze of information about Bryan-Kohberger and the Idaho murders, you can easily get tangled up in speculation. Like, could his criminal justice studies help him get away with murder? The answer lies partly in Pennsylvania. There are detours and dead ends, like the route cops say Kohberger drove the night of the stabbings to look at stars or hide the knife. Of the victims, Xander Kernodle, Kaylee Gonsalves, Madison Mogan, and Ethan Chapin, it's Ethan who would have graduated this May. Ethan's triplet siblings, also U of I students, will walk without him. To get through it all, Ethan's mom, Stacy, has been clinging to a thread of hope, his smile. Shiro Matsuzawa has her story.
You know, moments ago, you were just showing me photos in your phone of Ethan. What was that like for you?
It's both. It's kind of bittersweet. It's, there's so much, it's always nostalgic to go back and look at the pictures of him. And at the same time, it's always this just harsh reality that he's, honestly no longer with us.
What do you miss most about him?
Oh, hugging him in his blue Patagonia coat. I have said, I think it's one of the things I said from the very beginning. He had this blue Patagonia coat he always wore, and I loved to hug him in it.
What was it like the last time you saw him?
We were at Parents' Weekend. It was the best weekend ever. Jim and I have talked about that a million times. We drove out of Moscow that day, and we were like, we've done a good job here with these kids.
Stacy Chapin spoke with us at her friend's house.
We bring up the things we have to talk about.
2.5 years of public attention since the murders has left her protective of her family's privacy. It's been 1.5 years since her last major interview, and there are some topics that are still too sensitive to talk about, like the night of the murders.
I think a lot of people are wondering just how you and your family are doing, right? I guess, how are you doing day to day right now?
I honestly would say overall, we are doing exceptionally well under the circumstances. It's tough. I mean, I would be lying if I did not tell you that there's moments still, probably maybe every day, every couple of days, where it kind of blindsides you. It takes you down a little bit, and you just have to have a moment, and but then you have to pull on your whatever boots, I call my big girl pants, whatever, and I mean, you just have to move forward. You have to.
You just mentioned Maisie and Hunter. I mean, you were telling me off camera, they're getting ready to graduate in May, and their futures, are starting. Yes. Kind of talk about how they're doing specifically and what's next for them.
My gosh, they just amaze me, to be honest. I mean, let's be honest, triplets, they could have literally, they could have fallen off and we would be rescuing them, but they have just persevered.
May 10th. Obviously, it's a big day for you.
Yeah.
But you also prepare,
I don't know if I'm prepared for it. See, you got me on that one. I don't know. It's going to be a tough day. It's a day, honestly, that Jim and I we just have to be parents that day. We have to be parents to Maisie and Hunter. Right. We have to. It's the most important thing. They have achieved this incredible goal. Yeah, there's a silent, tough day coming. Yeah.
So we were talking off camera about the trial. I know in the past, you've said that you wouldn't attend, but now you're kind of reconsidering. Is that correct?
We have been adamant about saying we would not attend, and it's funny, as we get closer to the trial, all I can explain it, I just feel this impending storm that's coming, and we're reconsidering is what I would say at this point, and as the hearings get closer and more information comes out, and it's just made us rethink. You have to think about the kids who, like in our case, Ethan, who can't be there, obviously. And then you have to think about, well, who's going to be there to represent him? And so we've had to have some really tough conversations about, maybe we need to reconsider this.
There are major logistical challenges. Last year, to get a bigger jury pool, the case was moved from North Idaho to Boise, 300 miles away or more for the victims' families. And the trial is expected to last 3 months. Then there are the emotions.
Talk to me about Bryan-Kohberger. When you hear his name,
I can't even say his name. I don't.
is that something that you're also weighing into your consideration? I mean, you'll have to see him.
Yep. Because the thought of that is tough, sitting in that room. Yep.
How do you even prepare for something?
I have no
like that?
idea. I honestly don't know. How do you prepare for that? If anybody has an answer out there who watches this tonight, let me know, because I don't know. I honestly don't know. But trust that I have thought about it from every direction. How do you walk into a courtroom and sit, other than to go in and be desensitized to it, so that you kind of know exactly what you're up against, where he sits, what the judge looks like, what the courtroom looks like. I don't know. I have no idea, honestly.
Are you concerned at all that the fate of what happens to him, though, lies in the hands of these potential jurors?
No, I guess I just really honestly have to say that you just have to trust the system. I worry about a lot of things, trust me. But that isn't one of them. We just genuinely have to trust the system. And we've said that from the beginning. You know, we think the prosecutors have done a great job. Moscow Police Department, great job.
If Kohberger were here right now, would you?
Oh, no, I would not be in this room if Kohberger were here.
Is there something you would like to say to him? Do you have a message?
No. Nope. If he gets sentenced, a state of Idaho has impact statements, and maybe we'll all say something at that point, but I can't really answer that question. I don't know. I don't go there.
Stacy says they haven't spoken much with the families of Madison Mogen or Kaylee Gonzalez, who they didn't really know before the crime. But they stay in touch with Xana Kernodle's family. Xana was Ethan's girlfriend. Stacy also stays busy, keeping her son's memory alive. The Chapins are working with best-selling author James Patterson, who asked if he could write about Ethan and what happened. And there's the foundation.
Ethan may no longer be here, but you've done so much to share his smile with the world. Talk about that.
It's pretty incredible. I mean, we had to figure out how best we were going to honor him. And, you know, we just decided, let's scholarship kids in Ethan's name. I mean, what a great thing to do. We gave our own kids the gift of an education. We have, you know, and what a great thing to then allow other kids to go pursue their dreams and, you know, do whatever they want to do on a scholarship in Ethan's name. The support has been incredible. We have raised and worked hard. We have partnerships with some businesses locally. It's been incredible. We've given, you know, $55,000 out in scholarships already to 35 kids. I mean, what a wonderful way for those kids to be able to go, you know, follow their dreams and pursue their dreams. But we're just fortunate to have had him for 20 years. He was an amazing kid. He was funny and kind. You know, he made sure everybody was included, and, you know, he loved life. He loved life, and he made all of us love life.